My name is Noemi Jimenez, and this is speech number 2 of my public speaking class. This speech is a how-to video. This speech will show you how to dye your hair at home, and to help me demonstrate, I'm going to call my daughter, Brittany, whom I recently dyed her hair just a couple days ago. As you can see, it's a pink color, but overall, the steps I'm going to show you, it's pretty basic overall steps on how to dye your hair at home. And this is my audience. Say hi, audience.
Hi.
Woo.
And
her. Okay?
And her.
Alright, well, we start with no one likes to have a bad hair. Bad hair color is the worst. As I'm sure a lot of ladies can agree with me, there's nothing worse than having a bad hair day, let alone a bad hair dye hair. On this demonstration, I will show you how to apply the color, how to take care of your hair after the color, and just pretty much the basic steps on how to do this. A visit to the salon can be very costly. A visit to hairstylist or a professional technician can cost close to $100. So cutting down the cost on buying yourself the products, it's really going to help you on your budget, and with these tips you will have great results. Okay? Hair coloring at home is easy. I have colored my hair for years. I believe that's giving me a lot of expertise and some insight on the matter. I have done my friends and family hair as well. I will show you how to prep your hair, how to follow instructions, how to mix the chemicals, how to apply them, and then I'm going to show you how to care for your new hair color. Okay? And I have prepared this little PowerPoint presentation. It's very basic, but hopefully you can follow along. Okay, getting ready. Okay, getting ready is basically what you need to get it done. First of all, your hair has to be unwashed. Make sure you wash your hair at least 24 to 48 hours before you dry your hair. I'm sorry, before you dye your hair. The oils in your hair or the dirt in your hair is going to protect it from the chemicals, so it won't be as hard on your hair and your scalp. So it's very important that your hair is dirty or unwashed, again, at least 24 to 48 hours. Second step is gather your materials, which would be the dye, whatever color you picked. To cover yourself, you might need a cape or an old towel, something to cover, your clothes, something to cover the floor also. If you want to put like a piece of paper or newspaper or plastic or something on the floor to protect your floor also if you were to drop some of the dye. Mixing bowl and brush to apply the hair dye. Gloves. Always the instructions that came with the hair dye. If it's store-bought or if it's bought from a professional hair place, they all comes with instructions. It's very important that we follow all of those so you don't do permanent damage to your hair. To protect yourself, again, your clothes from stains, put an old towel or something over your shoulders. Brush your hair so the dye can go all over your hair. Make sure your hair is brushed, there's no knots, there's nothing that can prevent the dye from getting evenly all over your hair. The next one is put Vaseline on your forehead and on your ears and on the back of your neck. That way, if some dye gets on those areas, you can easily wipe it off and you won't have all those ugly stains because of the hair dye. Especially if it's red hair dye, if it's black or like a dark color, it might stain your face, it might stain your ears, and it looks very bad. So cover that with Vaseline, with some baby oil or whatever it is you have on hand. to cover that, okay? Next step is put on your gloves. Before you do anything, before you touch the chemicals, put on some gloves. That's gonna protect your hands from getting the material into your hands and so they don't become stained. Second is mix the ingredients. And again, it's very important that you follow the instructions on that come with the dye. Again, all brands are different. All the mixing is different. Some come with powder, some is liquid, some is cream. It's really different from brand to brand, but it's very important that you follow the instructions on how to mix. If you're buying, let's just say from Sally Supply, where it's like bigger size bottles and you have to buy different things, make sure you have a specific measuring cup or something to measure according to the instructions. Applying the hair dye, okay? Separate your head into 4. After you separate it in 4, those 4 sections, pin them together or pin them in, make sure you have about 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch sections and apply evenly starting from the root all the way to the tip of your hair. Do that front to back on both sides until all your hair is covered evenly. Then set a timer, okay? It's very important. Timer is very important. Again, all the instructions are different, all brands are different. Make sure you set the time according to those instructions and according to the hair, to the color that you prefer. Some might say leave it, if you color your hair before, it's a different time. If you've done it for the first time, you might want to leave it longer because you need to get it from the roots all the way to the tips. The next step is after the time goes up, after the timer goes off, it's time to rinse the hair. Rinse your hair with lukewarm water. Start at the crown of your hair. Rinse it into a soapy until it's foamy, until it's a lather, and just rinse it off until the water runs clean. Don't do the water too hot because you're gonna get a lot of hair color out. Not too cold, not too hot. Definitely avoid hot water. It has to be lukewarm. Okay? After the water has run out clear, dry your hair. And then condition your hair. Most of store-bought packages come with a little container of conditioner. If it doesn't come with one, buy one. Again, at Sally Supplies, they all sell little packages of conditioner that you can use and put in your hair afterwards. But it's very important to seal the color in. It's very important to condition your hair so it's not dry to avoid breakage in the future. The last step is really dry your hair. Dry your hair, comb it, style it as you can, or as you normally would. Now, one of the things that I usually do is leave conditioner longer than it says. Leave it, most conditioners will say leave it 3 to 5 minutes. Leave it a little longer if you can. The longer you leave it in there, I believe it gives you more protection on your hair. The longer you leave it, it's gonna leave it a little bit, the less the risk of breakage, and it will leave it more soft. Okay, after we've done all this, after we've prepped the hair, applied the color, you left the dye in your hair for a while, the recommended instructions, you washed and rinsed the hair, conditioned the hair, apply, I would say, once or twice a week conditioner, a good conditioner. The better the brand, it will be better on your hair. Remember, cheap products are not as good name brand hair products, so it will be better on your hair on the long run. So how many of you think this is kind of easy? How many of you think you guys can follow this along? You think you can follow along?
Yeah.
All right. This is a lot cheaper than doing it at the store or at the salon. And it's an easy makeover. I hope this helped you getting a beautiful hair color. I know it's worked for me. I know it's worked for my friends. And this will save you time and money, and you will look fabulous. No one needs to know how much you spend on your hair.